We're back with 2 for Tuesday. We're going to be talking about Megan in this one. See you in a minute. Welcome back, tarot fans. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. In this video, it's 2 for Tuesday. So we already talked about Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and the change of pace at Kensington Palace. They are no longer going to be promoting her outfits, the wardrobe that she is wearing at different events. And the purpose is to put the focus on her work. As that was being released, Meghan Markle was at the first day of Invictus Games wearing 4 different outfits, which were immediately online. We all are aware of Meghan's mirror, which seems to miraculously know all of the details right down to her foundation garments and post them on there with links for purchase, which is very similar to what she's doing on the TIG and also very similar to what she was trying to do with her own royal warrant through the ARO, American Riviera Orchard product that she's putting out. It doesn't even have anything, so no one knows what that's all about. But let's talk about this. There is one particular, we could go all day about her different outfits, but there was one in particular. There was an MSN article that was citing In Style magazine to a great deal. In the thumbnail of these videos, you will see that I do have the 2 jackets, the Princess of Wales, current Princess of Wales jacket, also the late Princess of Wales jacket, and Meghan's jacket that she wore. So you can tell me if you see some similarities. I know that wardrobe, especially when you are trying to promote a royal presentation, there's only so many things that you can wear. I myself thought that Meghan's best look was the pencil skirt with the button shirt and wearing a pair of heels. You know, she has really thin legs. It did balance her out, gave her a waist, gave her a good look. It still was professional, still was polished. She could put a long coat over it. She loves the trench coats because I guess she thinks that those are English. She's wearing a trench coat now in Vancouver where it's like sub-zero temperatures and not really trench coat weather. I have a beautiful Burberry trench coat. It does have a wool lining. I would never wear it in the snow though, because it's just not warm enough, even with the wool lining, removable wool lining. But let's see what the dealio with this jacket. Now, I do want to give some grace here. She did announce in her opening ceremony speech that Harry would be attending the wheelchair basketball, and then everyone was taking her to task because she didn't. Apparently they did go to a wheelchair basketball game. They didn't just go to that Indian restaurant. They went to a wheelchair basketball game, and it was Nigeria against the US. So, you know, go figure. That seems kind of makes sense. So this particular fashion, did she wear it to align herself with a more royal fashion code? To be sure, the stuff that she wore the day before, which all got announced, did not seem weather appropriate, did not seem event appropriate. She really should be wearing, you know, a simple outfit, maybe a trainer, maybe the shirt. Harry, put a t-shirt on and button up and put a tie on. California cool is not sloppy. I just want you to know that. Just saying that. That's an aside. So is she still going full bore with the style aspect versus substance? So let's see what we've got. We'll pull up our card view here. Sorry about that, kids. There is our magical card view. She's still going with, she's still trying to partner with fashion. She wants to partner with fashion. This is for her a revenue stream that she thinks is sustainable. She does not know that it's over. Here's the thing. When Catherine wears something, the Princess of Wales, when she wears something, it sells out online. I said that in the last video. When Meghan wears something, it doesn't sell out online. Firstly, because it's too expensive, because she likes to go for really this, what do they say, quiet luxury. It's not quiet luxury. It's a very expensive piece, even if it's a foundational piece, like a pair of cream colored slacks or a simple white button shirt. They are out of the range. I don't know anyone who is buying $250 white button shirts when you can get one at Express or at Gap or just off the rack at your local, what is it? We have TJ Maxx in Britain. They have something different. No, it's like TK Maxx, I think they call it there, TK Maxx. So, those are simple stores that have last season or surplus fashions that are there. You can get some good pieces there. I like to shop at our TJ Maxx. So this really, she's not getting it, that even if someone buys 5 pairs of the $800 pants that she's wearing, it's not translating into kinder thoughts and ooh, she is a fashion icon. As I predicted in the last video, I do think that Catherine is going to start wearing she does do high-low beautifully. She does wear very accessible outfits. I think the dress that she wore for their engagement was, I think they said 190 pounds or something like that, was very, very reasonable. Whereas Megan's was $20,000 or $30,000, $20,000 or $30,000 pound. 20 or 30,000 pounds for that dress. It was an evening dress, not very accessible. So, I think Catherine is going to be doing much more accessible fashions with some tweaks and changes, changing the buttons, putting a belt on it, maybe altering it in a fashion that is appropriate for you. So I just don't think that Meghan is getting that memo, that even though she is touting these higher end, even if they are foundational pieces, they're still too far out of reach for people. What is under the surface here? The Lover, she's still looking for a brand to partner with. I don't think she's going to find that. She likens herself to be a supermodel and a great person to dress. The small busted profile, I do think, is a very good style to dress, because you can really let people know how it looks. For us blessed gals, yeah, it's a little bit more challenging. So what's that?
I would say
Overblessed. I am overblessed. So hopefully we'll be rectifying that this year. I'll be less blessed by mid-year or so. Kind of hoping I can have that done. Take a little off the top. Right, Greg?
Yes. Never mind.
But not too much?
I don't want to say anything offensive.
Oh, okay.
Not top surgery.
Not top surgery. No, it's not top surgery.
Just a reduction.
Yes, just a reduction.
A little bit.
Not taking everything off.
Not all.
Just some of it. My balance will be better. So behind her, this is a revolutionary thing. So this is wild. Look at what we got here, guys. So behind her, we have this revolutionary kind of explosion. She wants to try something different. This is not different, though. She's being edged into doing something different, but she's doing the same thing over and over again. Up top, Empress in reverse, she's ignoring all of the motherdom out there who cannot do this. So having once had small children, one of the things that I did when my kids were younger, my clothes were in tatters and my kids were adorably dressed. They looked really great. I did focus on their wardrobes because I wanted them to present well. So come Easter, come Christmas, come Hanukkah, I dressed them up and pushed them on out there. My daughter still has the little fur. It was a fake fur, little collar that I had that we interchanged on a number of dresses that she had. She wore it at one Passover and was absolutely darling in it. Had little crystals all over the dress, and then she had this little fur shrug on. It was super cute. One of my favorite pictures of her is in that. But I would let my wardrobe go down. This is something I think that Megan needs to tap into, is that mothers of young children sometimes let their fashion fail and let their kids kind of come to the surface. They put their kids out there. Most mothers do sacrifice for in favor for their children. You know, they will do without so that their children can have. Um, the interesting thing is that this model, according to my cards, will continue to work to some degree. This because this is actually what satisfies her. Now, this is emotional satisfaction, not financial satisfaction, because we have 10 of cups. So this is something that she likes doing. She really likes putting products up on a screen and having people buy them because she either promotes it or approves of it. So I think, and I've said this last year when ARO was coming out, I think making her own type of royal warrant, which really is what Goop, Gwyneth Paltrow's platform is, it's products approved and promoted by Gwyneth Paltrow. I think ARO was an attempt to have products and goods approved and promoted by Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. So I think this is something that she's going to do. If she continues to do this, what will happen? If she continues to do this, what will happen? Stuck with the idea? There we are, firing it up. She's going to have to rebrand. This is a rebrand. The Fool is a rebrand. Yeah, there's a lot of rebranding with her. Poor Gregopedia said again. So the King of Pentacles is underneath. So what this tells me is that she's got the financial backing to do this. I don't know where that is coming from. This is very curious because I've always seen that collectively her and Harry are house poor, which basically they live well, they project well, but they don't really have a lot extra. So they're not going to be paying for vacations and those kinds of things. Those are always going to be supplemented by another entity. So I do think that this is very interesting. And I'm wondering if her clothing allowance is part of that secret agreement. Now, I've said this before. I do think that King Charles has a secret agreement with them. I do think that he pays them an allowance to live in the United States. And I don't think it comes out of royal funds. I think it comes out of his own personal funds. So this, I'm wondering if she can continue to close horse and promote those items on Meghan's mirror and still make money from that. I think she's making like a normal living for someone who is in California. I don't think she's making the big bucks that she really wants to, because she really wants those big names, Charlize Theron, what's her name? Angelina Jolie, Taylor Swift. She wants those kinds of people trying to dress like her, trying to emulate her. And that's not catching fire. She's not getting those celebrities to pick up the same kind of outfitting and styling that she's doing. She's not getting stylists that are going, ooh, maybe we should do what Meghan Markle did. I still think the pencil skirts, the suits look that she had was really her best hit. So I think she's going to stick with this. I think she will promote it with a modicum of success, but I think she'll have to rebrand. She'll have to come out with another clothing line because fashion changes and she's just not promoting very well. She's not, the white outfit she was wearing yesterday just did not look very good. It didn't. It had like a weird band in it. That made her thicker around the waist, around the hips. Just kind of, she looked boxy. I'm sorry?
Like a Volvo.
She looked like a Volvo. That's terrible. Volvos are cute. I like Volvos. They're boxy, but good. Who said that? That was a comedian, right?
That was Dudley Moore movie with Daryl Hannah.
Ah, they are boxy, but good.
What was the name?
So I think ultimately it does come out that Megan's mirror is a vehicle for her to promote these kinds of endeavors, this kind of a revenue stream. But I think at that point she will have made her money from it. She's not really worried about it. Are we going to get a vagina scented candle? I don't think so. I don't think she's going to try doing that. That was an exclusive goop endeavor. So it just, will she continue to try and promote a royal style by copying Catherine and the late Princess of Wales? Is she going to try and do a royal style? Because that's really what it feels like. Royal style. No, she never liked the look. She never liked the, one of the things that I know psychically is that she never liked the little puffy sleeve that Catherine had. So if you look, there's on occasion, and it was the trooping of the color in which that gentleman fainted and fell off the horse. And there's a picture of Meghan and Harry kind of snickering, perhaps at that, perhaps not at that. And there's a in the same shot, Princess of Wales going like that, like, oh, how awful. She had a little puffy sleeve here. It's like a little tailored puffy sleeve. And I know that they tried to put that on Meghan at some point, and she hated it. Hated it. Thought it looked too fussy. Didn't think it looked good. And she was right. It was not a look for her. It certainly was very different to her own aesthetic, and I think when you're trying to wear someone else's aesthetic. My mother used to do this to me when I was younger. She would be like, "Oh, why don't you wear this of mine? It was really expensive." That's what my mother would say to me. My mother and I have exactly the same body type. But when I would put her clothes on, it would look like I was wearing her clothes at 16, 17. I was like, Mom, I look like a middle-aged woman. I'm not wearing this. Now I would love to jump into her closet because now we're both middle-aged women. So I think that the aesthetic they were trying to foist upon her when she was in the royal family, some of the stylists there, I don't think they took into consideration that she was very much different from the then Duchess of Kensington, Cambridge, Duchess of Cambridge. Why do I keep saying Kensington? So ultimately, I think she's going to come out with several different kind of brands. And I do think that there will be a children's brand. Do we get to see the kids actually in those clothes? I don't know. I think we get to see the perhaps the ones that we've seen occasionally. But I do think that this is going to be something that she keeps doing. She will have royal kind of business attire. And then I think she will have like California casual dressed up attire, like almost country club attire. Everything's going to be sleeveless. She's got to stop with the sleeveless. Sleeveless is not appropriate in Vancouver in the middle of winter. I'm just saying. And I think that there is something discordant about her fashion on occasion because she is trying to make a trend happen. I think occasionally she does try to make a trend happen, and it's just not catching fire. You can't be a trend setter when you're taking too many risks with your personal body type and your fashion. So I think that is going to be interesting. I think we'll have some royal fashions that maybe don't work for her, but we'll also have like California cool, but they're going to be awkward. They're not going to be appropriate for most people. So they're going to be priced poorly. They're going to be appropriate for certain areas or inappropriate for certain areas. And it's just not going to work. The kids' fashion, I think, is going to be something to watch, but she'll need to bring in a stylist. She can't do it on her own. She has to bring someone in to actually style those children or the outfits. and take it from there. So is she still trying to copy Diana, Princess of Wales, late Princess of Wales? Is she still trying to copy her? No. No, I'm going to say no. So we're going to talk about style versus substance, PDA version. So we've seen already, we're 2 or 3 days into Invictus, and we've already seen a number of PDA moments. The kiss, there's another kiss on a Jumbotron. Harry's body language seems very standoffish, he's not very interested in this. There's a lot of touching. We did see a mask slip, but that's going to get its own video, so I don't want to go into that just yet. I suspect she was glaring at someone else. I don't think she was glaring at Harry on that mask slip, but I'm going to give it its own video, so sit tight. But there were a number of pictures of her putting her head on his shoulder in different events. She wanted that head on his shoulder. Now, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, did that in her Back from Cancer video. Is she copycatting that? Is she copycatting that moment? One card. The Emperor in reverse. Reckless. Fool in reverse. Lovers. She's selling it. She's selling it. Oh, boy. So she is trying to sell the relationship. So a lot of people have said this, doth the lady or Duchess PDA too much? And she is recklessly, manically, some may say, trying to show that they are together. They're together. They stand the test of time. Just watch and see. Just watch and see. But this is them too. This Four of Swords, just watch and see. Just we're asleep. We're hibernating. We're hibernating in the cave because the home life is not happy. That 10 of Pentacles. Is it over? Four of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands. It's going to leak out. Ace of Wands. Yeah. So it's going to be abundantly obvious at this. This was not one of my questions on my outline, but is there going to be an implosion at this event? There was, Neil Sean made mention that she was in her room crying and asking Harry if he was going to leave her. Is there going to be an implosion? I have predicted that she's going to leave early. Is there going to be an implosion? 2 of Wands, separate ways. Someday love will find you. King of Cups, 6 of Swords, 8 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, the Moon. I think so. The Moon, when we get the Moon card, that's one of the cards that's featured out of this deck this week in my teaspoon of tarot. So when we get the Moon card, that is, some lunacy, some aspect of mental health and concealing the things that are going on around us. The 8 of Cups, walking away to find peace, to find something better. This is the suitcase position. I tell everyone this is what we have to go back in time and pack in our suitcase, or sometimes we have to go back in the past and unpack that suitcase. So 2 of Wands, what holds that is this King of Cups. He will be more emotionally balanced if they split up from this event. 6 of Swords, this is the rescue card going from crazy waters to smooth waters. So that is what we're trying to do, move into peace. You can see there's wild waters back here and smoother waters here. Leaving the struggle behind. Sixes, twos, those are all places of stability. Eight is a place of stability, creating that stability. This Seven of Pentacles is chaotic, looking back at how things did not work, what things applied, what didn't apply, what sank like a stone in the scope of their PR. I think we are seeing some of that now. Does this mean that she limits her appearances over the next few days, over the remaining days? Do we get limiting our appearances? Ace of Wands, that looks like a microphone. I don't think so. Even though the question I asked, are we going to see limiting her? This would be a yes card, but I'm getting intuitively that she's just going to go gangbusters. She's still going to be out in front. Are they going to cut back any of her appearances? Strength. You know what? I do think that the powers that be, the creators and the engineers and the directors of this, are going to dial her back just a little bit. I think they're going to say, "Oh, why don't we have you go to this event? Oh, excuse me. This will be more fun for you. Less talk, more just stand there." Given the energies at the moment and the video that Neil Sean put out, what is her feeling on leaving early? What is her feeling on leaving early? Judgment. The Hermit. She doesn't want to be left alone. The Fool underneath. Six of Cups. She wants to get back home. Three of Cups. She's not having any fun. And the Empress in reverse. I do think Ace of Swords cutting off. Three of Swords. Everyone's going to be happy if she leaves. 10 of Pentacles. It feels like the Custer's last stand. If she doesn't stay through this, everyone's going to know that the marriage is not great. Everyone's going to know that. And honestly, she doesn't want Harry to have any fun. So I think she will stand her ground. But if she does leave, again, we're talking about free will with tarot. So at some point she could say, "Oh, there's an emergency. I have to leave." If she does leave early, it's going to be an emergency with Archie specifically. She's going to say, "There's an emergency. I have to go home. I'm sorry that I have to leave." It'll be an airport exit. She will announce her departure. I do think that she will make a kerfuffle about it. And then everyone's going to be questioning whether she left for real purposes or if it was actually a need. So, at the end of the day, oh, God. How is Harry feeling right now? We'll just do that real quick because I do think I'm going to give them a bigger platform. How is he feeling at this moment? 3:00, Monday, February 10th. How is Harry feeling? The Chariot. Oh, he just wants to move on because it is same old with the Queen of Wands. She's got different ideas now. Oh, good Lord. In response to the bad press, she's got a lot of ideas, the bad stuff that's coming out, the comments online. She's got a lot of ideas. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. This is, midstream brand changing immediately. It's really quite tedious. I don't think it's going to work. So that being said, I think I'm yawning. Enough is enough. So we'll be talking about Invictus all week. So I better load up on some Yorkshire Red and get to work. So thank you all for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Political Wednesday. If you are watching this and you're one of my members, I do have a members only live today where we do readings for you. So if you're not a member, consider becoming a member. And I will see you all in the future.